Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your main man, Bbb the Hero, back again with another video or another live stream. You know what I'm saying? We out here live. We set up in the new location today, you know what I'm saying, just to switch it up and keep y'all guessing just a tad bit. But it's a few things that wanted to talk about on today's live. Let me get it set up here so I can catch y'all comments and stuff. Alright, so we got a couple things we're gonna run down here. A couple days ago we did that video about Magic Johnson and his interview on First Take and all of his stuff all the information that he revealed about the Los Angeles Lakers. We need to get into that for a little bit. Let me see, man. Let me make sure I got my list prepared. You know what I'm saying? Also, before the playoffs started, we did that NBA playoffs You Pick 'em. You know what I'm saying? And then, so we want to give an update on that. I think it's 8 people who got in there in time, and your boy in the solid third place. I think from what I could tell, is a lot of people did not expect the Raptors to do what they was doing, and some folks even second guessed the Warriors. Folks who stuck with the Warriors are the ones who are doing the best. And that the Bbb Camp that's coming up internationally around the world. We got a little bit more information on that. And then also, there's some rumors going on about your boy Lamelo maybe playing over at where he's going to play at next season, about to be announced. We'll kind of get into some discussion on that. But before we do that, man, let me know who tuning in, who watching. You know what I'm saying? So I can give y'all some shouts out. You know what I'm saying? Let me know where you from in the comment section over here. But let's check out this You Pick 'em real quick while we can. Let's start here. Alright, so here is that the NBA You Pick 'em. Now this is the group. If you had a chance, you know what I'm saying, the group is Bbb the Hero. We had 8 people sign up for it, you know what I'm saying. Here, third place rank. I'll start with mine and then we'll go down. Let's go. Yeah, let's start here with mine. We'll see. Back to the group. Okay, now here we go. Bomb. That's not my entry. Alright, let's go. Man, blood. Let's go to my picks. Here we go. Alright. So here go my picks on it. Who's your favorite ball brother, AB? I don't really know, man. That's a tough question. Alright, so let's check this out here. Alright, so here was my picks for the NBA playoffs. As y'all can see, I was pretty much all wrong in most accounts, you know what I'm saying? So going back to the first round, I had Golden State going all the way through. I was right about that. They did what they were supposed to do. And then also I had them pretty much having an easy road through there, and they kind of had a much easier road than I expected. Honestly, I thought I was gonna be wrong with that. I thought he was gonna have a couple 7-game series. They did not even do that. The Rockets held up to about where I thought they would hold up, losing to the Warriors in 4 games to 2. Portland Trailblazers, I didn't see them doing what they were able to do, making it all the way to the conference finals. So based on my bracket, they exceeded expectations. Denver, you know what I'm saying, they did what they're supposed to do. I had OKC putting up a better fight in this playoffs, which is tough because they were a 6th seed. I was really hoping that they were going to be able to flip the switch with Russell Westbrook and then Paul George and turn something on. They couldn't get out the first round, so that's looking like a tragedy over there. But let's go to some of the folks who did a little bit better than me in this group here. We'll go I was 3, so let's go with number 4 here, El Robo Rick, who is pretty spot on here with the Raptors. You know what I'm saying? I think that was the one that was hardest to guess. Who was going to come out of the East? Picking the Raptors was a great deal. But then on the other side, I don't know how you don't go with Golden State. He had Golden State losing in the second round to the Rockets, which I just didn't see that one happening myself. I feel like they was going to put up a fight, but they didn't even stand a chance with Kevin Durant not making it to the next round. So that was rough there, but he picked pretty solid all the way through. Milwaukee versus Toronto in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's solid. His Eastern Conference bracket was in there perfect. The Western Conference though had it all over the place. All right, Robo Rick. I think he hit me up on Twitter too, and he was suggesting, man, we might as well do some type of reward for whoever win this little bracket challenge competition, man. And I'm about that life, man. We'll have to figure out something. All right, this one here, everybody but me did a better job in the Eastern Conference. Milwaukee here it was close pick. Almost had Toronto in there. Good job. Let's see, go back. Here it is here. Big Baller, 28.97 is leading the bracket right now. Has both Golden State and Toronto in the finals. Its Eastern Conference bracket was a little bit off. Thought Boston was going to do a little bit better than they did. I think I gave Boston some credit too, and they didn't hold me down like that. Brooklyn Nets, that 6th seed is a very tough one to really choose because you don't know if they're going to be able to flip the switch. These 6 seeds versus 3 seeds, that's kind of a toss-up. Even almost sometimes a bit more than like the 4 or 5 seed. All right, but that's the bracket challenge, man. Nothing too super crazy right there, man. But what I want to do is I want to do some type of giveaway for whoever win that. Right now, it's looking like your boy Big Baller, 28.87. I can't remember the name. Was that it? Yeah, 28.97. Dang. But so we'll figure that out, man. We'll try to get some kind of giveaway gift for that. Let me get back over here for a second. All right. Let's do. All right, and then so the other day, man, I wanted to hear y'all thoughts. We did the video about Magic Johnson, Josh Ramsey, straight from Europe, Virginia. Love your work, Ball Boys for life. What's up, Josh Ramsey, man? Hold it down for the hood. You know what I'm saying? All right, but so let's see. The other day we talked about we had the. All right, yeah, we good. All right, just making sure the stream is working properly. So the other day we talked about your boy Magic Johnson and him stepping down from the Lakers and the way he did it. And I felt like it was a good video. Had a lot of great discussion on it. And so what I wanted to do is go through there and look at some of these comments and then just kind of have some dialogue about, like, you know, what people were saying and how they felt about Magic Johnson's situation in the comments and on that video. Then also y'all live here on the stream, you got some input as well, man. I'd like to hear that from y'all as well. But let's see. And I feel like also this was such an interesting topic because you had one of the most historic figures in the Lakers basketball, damn near NBA history, not even just Lakers, NBA history, who was in a prominent position in one of the most historic organizations in the NBA, if not the most historic organization in the NBA. And then he just walked away from what most people would consider to be a dream job, and then also what would be the like best possible job that if you weren't going to own the team, like you would love to see Magic Johnson in that role, calling some shots, bringing your team back to glory. And he just stepped away from it in the most like epic way possible, right? Because for a lot of folks, they like, yo, you always give 2 weeks notice. I think there was somebody in the comments who said that here. Let's go over here. This guy here, Jack Jackson, says, you know, I always felt that if you have to give 2 weeks notice to leave a job, you should give me 2 weeks notice to be fired. That's a fact. I felt like that for the first part of that was him walking out on that job, you know what I'm saying, the way that he did, it definitely was controversial. So then the conversation started with that. Was that acceptable? So then with this new information, did you feel better about Magic just walking out on the dream job like he did, you know what I'm saying, basically at a press conference and saying, yo, actually I'm quitting? And then the funniest thing is when he did the thing where people were talking to me about next year, and I was like, I ain't coming back, you know what I'm saying? And so I think that with his new information that he added, I feel like you got a better sense of why he wanted to just walk out, and then also the way he did it. And I think that what a lot of people caught on to was he obviously did it that way on purpose. He was trying to help them, but then also throw a little salt on them as well, you know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of dope that he is allegedly still going to be within the organization, and he got a box seat there, and he gonna help him recruit as he can. And I think that a lot of folks feel like what he did is going to actually hurt them with luring new free agents there, and I actually feel like it may help him. And I think that it may help him on account of they looked extra crazy when he just stepped down, right? The fact that he came out and said, yo, the dude Rob Pelinka backstabbed me. I feel like if I wanted to go to the Lakers, because that's the thing, is no matter what happens, right? We kind of live in this world where we know sometimes that something is not good for us, but we just feel like, you know what, man, but you know, it wasn't good for them. Maybe it'll work out for me. That's what we see across the landscape of all sports. When we talk about the NCAA and people say, you know, they are taking advantage of athletes by not paying them and all of this stuff, but every year they have full rosters across the board on all sports. You look at these analysts and they say, yo, that the NCAA shouldn't be doing this, but they still cover it and support it and all of this stuff. So like, obviously folks are going to want to step into that Laker position because, like we said, it's a historic franchise. They are it's a dream job for anybody to being a player there, and then also being any part of that organization. Let me check on here. Hey, bro. All right. So, man. All right. And then so that the Magic thing to me was a super interesting story. And then also one of the points that we talked about in the video was your boy LeVar was damn near right. A lot of folks crucified him for what he was saying about Magic and the Lakers, and why would you talk about him like that, and you coming at the coach and you doing this stuff. And on every level of the criticism that he was given to the Los Angeles Lakers, it proved to be worthy. The coach, who they ended up firing, who Magic wanted to fire probably months ago, if not a year prior to him actually criticizing Magic for not having the actual power to do what he said he was going to do. And I think that when you go, I watched some videos that went back a year ago where people were coming at LeVar for his comments on Magic and Luke Walton, and they were talking about how how LeVar Ball violated some trust that he had with Magic Johnson because he promised him that he wouldn't speak on Luke Walton anymore. But then when you hear this and you start to hear you start to hear those interviews with LeVar saying, you know, he told me he was going to do some things and didn't do them, so obviously he's not powerful enough. You kind of could see why he would then step out and then be comfortable speaking on Luke Walton, because he's thinking to himself, man, I'm trying to help you out, but you don't got my back, so let me do what's best for me in these situations. I'm confident. All right, but let's see. I'm going to make sure I am checking out these comments as y'all drop them in here. Then I'll come back and forth, you know what I'm saying? But and address that as I kind of ramble on these topics here. But so I think that it's a good look. What I would have loved to see happen with that Lakers situation was actually the way that it's where it's at right now. I'm actually happy that Magic came out and then cleared up the story, because it was a lot of guesswork happening, a lot of people making a lot of assumptions, and for him to come out and say, you know what, it was Rob Pelinka, stabbed me straight in my back, and instead of wanting to argue with him, and instead of trying to get into this beef in the office and play all these politics, I'm gonna just go back to this money that I was getting over here on the side. You know what I'm saying? I think that, to me, that's dope. It says a couple different messages. For one, as an athlete, you know what I'm saying, a former athlete, you know, I love to see the fact that Magic Johnson is somebody who, like, is still tied to the game, but doesn't need the game 100% to, like, define his identity. So he's not one of these guys who, like, I need to be in the office because then I'll be relevant, or I need to go coach. He's like, yo, I'm making more money outside of this basketball thing than I am on the court. And I think that we have a lot of folks who aspire to be professional athletes because they want the opportunity to collect that salary. But I think that if much more people follow the Magic Johnson approach and realize that you could use that to a platform to do something else, then, like, that's a better, like, world that we would be living in, which is why I mess with the BBB and them so much, because I felt like they were on that thing where, yeah, we could play basketball, but there's so much more outside of this basketball thing that we could be taking advantage of. So I think that this whole Magic Johnson situation with the Lakers played itself out in the best way possible. But what I have loved to seen him keep his word with LeVar many moons ago and help your boy Jello just get a shot. They brought him in for a workout, but let my dog get some work on the summer league stage. You know what I'm saying? Let him play for the South Bay Lakers. You know what I mean? This past year would have been so much different if they had gave your boy LiAngelo a shot on the South Bay Lakers, or if they had gave him a shot in summer league at least to do his thing and hoop. And this is one thing that I always say to people, that I think that it's kind of a gift and a curse that he didn't get the shot. Because what we've seen through the course of the JBA season, then the course of the JBA International little tour, is that he was not even 100% healthy. So, yeah, he was dropping 65. In Bulgaria, he dropped 65 on the team, a professional basketball team in the top-tier league in Bulgaria. But his ankle looked like this blue snowball, Mike, that was this damn big. And you seen that affect him when he tried out with the Lakers, then went to go try out with the Warriors, and then couldn't even finish the whole tryout. So it would have sucked to see him go to the summer league and then not be able to perform, and then, you know what I'm saying, maybe lose an opportunity just because I don't think he is not the type of dude who's going to be like, I'm not going to play because my ankle hurt. We've seen him to play at a very high level under those circumstances. So would have hated, and I think that honestly, one of the things that people knock him for most is that lateral quickness, and I think that the ankle injury is what is affecting that. So I do feel like him being able to take a lot of time off and not playing in these different leagues will let him rehab that and come back. So then whenever he gets his next opportunity to play professional basketball, he's going to be at another level. So let me check on here. Keep doing your thing, bro. Raptors are gonna get swept by the Warriors. I don't know, man. That boy Kawhi Leonard playing some great basketball, and I think that one of the interesting things about him is he is a transcendent talent in a way that the young LeBron was. You know what I'm saying? He got something in him, man, that he can go and give you 30, but then is also willing to go ahead and guard Kevin Durant the entire game. Now, I think when you're playing teams like the Warriors and all of these teams with these superstars at the top, and honestly the Warriors have been able to, you know what I'm saying, really share the ball and get other people involved and not be 100% reliant on those superstars. But what I feel like is when you have those type of guys playing, you have to, like, cancel each other out. And I think what you get from Kawhi Leonard is in one player, you're getting somebody who's canceling two guys out. So I think Kawhi can give you the amount of points that you could get from like a Steph or a Kevin Durant on one given night, but he's also on the defensive end going to make it tough for them. So what that means is Kawhi is going to give you 30, and a Kevin Durant or a Steph, who he would, or Clay, any one of those guys he could guard, he's going to put them in a position where they're not going to give you the same 30. So with Kawhi on the court, you get like a plus 1.5 because he's going to slow you down like he does Giannis. So, for example, Kawhi going to give you 30. He's going to slow Giannis down to a pedestrian. Giannis, I seen this stat earlier today. Giannis is shooting 58% from the field in the regular season. With Kawhi on him, he's shooting 34%. While Kawhi is still averaging 30 plus, 27 up a game and playing excellent basketball. So I think that he gives you that with the Warriors. Now, where they're going to have to step up is guys like Kyle Lowry. Van Fleet is going to have to continue to play excellent basketball. Siakam, those guys are going to win the game. Obviously, if they win, Kawhi Leonard is going to get the MVP because he's going to do the most on the big stage. But those other guys are going to have to really cancel other folks out. Somebody going to have to step up on Steph or Kevin Durant if he come back, or step up on Clay. The guy who Kawhi is taking out of the game, somebody else is going to have to do that. Because this is the thing. Kevin Durant, he said something amazing at the beginning of the playoffs versus Patrick Beverly when he's like, yo, come on, man. It's me. It's Kevin. Patrick Beverly not locking this up. It's me. Come on. Pay attention. You know who I am. But he cannot give you that same statement with Kawhi Leonard on him. He can't say, it's Kevin. Kawhi. Who is Kawhi? No, that's not a thing. So he going to have to play some basketball if he's even going to play. And I think that Kawhi Leonard on the court without Kevin Durant is much different than a James Harden on the court without Kevin Durant. Because like I said, James Harden can match them on the offensive end, but he don't give you the added advantage on the defensive end as well. So I think that'll be a tough one. Lonzo to the Bulls. I actually heard that. I seen that article. Curtis Hollis from the Houston Ballers, also JBA USA, posted an article about this, and he was hype about it. He made some good points in his little bitty tweet. But Lonzo and Zach LaVine would be an excellent pairing. Lonzo is somebody who wants to pass the ball and get it out in front. Zach LaVine is a freak athlete. He's going to run. If he can go through, all you got to do is throw the lob up there, and Zach LaVine look like he got a rocket pack on his back, and he going to go get it from anywhere. If that happens, I believe that you're going to have the Windy City Bull Lob City situation, so it could be dope. And also, that's dope because Chicago only about 3 hours away. So if we need to make a trip up there and catch a game, you know what I'm saying, we could do that on the quick. Whereas if we're trying to go all the way to Los Angeles, that's not a move. And then also that means they would be here in Indianapolis playing the Pacers like 4 times a year. So that would be also a great opportunity to catch them Lakers and my dog LeBron James live in action. I'm sorry, not LeBron. Lonzo would be over there. Forget I said that. Have you seen the BBB water in the stores? I would say that I have not seen it here in stores, and I'm not even sure like what's the current standing on it since they had the whole like breakup, or even if it's still pumping. There's folks who I've seen in Lithuania who were tweeting me, and some guys who I know from over there who were saying that there are some issues happening with the water on the international level and payments and stuff like that, and trying to figure out who is responsible for what. So I'm not sure, but I don't live on the West Coast, so I haven't seen the water. I do know that it was in stores at least for a while, but the guys who I know who work in the factory over there were saying that, you know, they not in the factory right now, or moving the water is not a priority anymore. You must be on the payroll too. Raymond Nichols. Here's the thing is that for me it's much bigger than just this moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the ideal of like the ripple effect and how this moment will affect everything that's happening down the line, right? The reason why that shit seems so crazy is because nobody's ever done it before. And with most times, you don't see like the first person who tried it get it right away. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, at least to me, this whole BBB thing plants a seed for the next generation of stuff, right? This is something that I was actually looking at the other day, is the Newmans, right? Now what's the Jaden Newman? Is that his name? No, the girl is Jaden. Well, what's the boy Newman's name? Dang, I just forgot his name. But y'all know who I'm talking about. And they got this TV show now on Overtime and Snapchat and all of this stuff. And it's Hello Newman's. And let me know in the comments right quick, man. What's the boy Newman? Dang, I just forgot his name. But they got their own brand, Prodigy and all of this stuff. Julian Newman, there it is. So I like the trickle down, right? They are on a much smaller level than Lamelo and Lonzo and Jello and LeVar and all of them. But they're making it work in their own little niche. Now, obviously, Julian Newman is not the same prospect as none of those guys as far as on the basketball court goes. But it's back to what I was saying before. It just shows you that there's money in this outside of just being able to hoop great. So many people feel like Julian Newman is underrated. I mean, overrated. He 5 foot whatever. But he is known not just because he is excellent at basketball, but because there's some business behind it and there's some thought process behind it that's just helping him market himself and put him on another level. Now, when you take all of these other kids out here who are top recruits, number one, about to be drafted, Zion Williamson's, the RJ Barrett's, the John Morant's, these McDaniels, and the guys coming out of high school, if they applied those same methods to their games, it would be astronomical. But nobody's thinking about that because when you try to do it, people say, man, stop, give up the dream, bro. Don't even do it. Don't even worry about it. And it's just hating. To me, the difference between hating and constructive criticism is when you're telling somebody not to do something just because you're saying they just can't do it. And then when you're telling somebody, yo, you could be able to do this if you did it this way, right? The reason why you run into that's constructive criticism. The thing you're messing up on is this. If you correct that, then you got something special. To me, I feel like that is the move, and that's why I think that when Raymond Nichols say let it go, he missing the true potential of this whole situation, because while we in this moment of the Big Baller brand, in 2 or 3 years, man, it could be somebody else who could get this whole thing right, and it could really create something that's going to affect a lot of other people. The same way that we see with the NCAA now thinking about bringing the EA Sports game back and letting players profit off of their likenesses, where we see guys like Julian Newman and his brand Prodigy, and they've been on TV shows since they was 8, and then Lamelo and them and making this money around the world. It's bigger than just like today, man. It's a whole lifetime of folks who are going to benefit from this situation, and I think that that's dope. What do you know about LaMelo's next move? Is legit New Zealand? I would say that I don't know, man. I put some text messages out earlier today to try to get some information on that, because I watched a video from DKM, and then he was saying that this is a potential thing, and but then he reached out to me on Twitter and mentioned that like there's been some articles saying like actually Carmelo is the one who's going to New Zealand, and then so they were saying there was a mix up between that, and then they said actually it's not Carmelo, and then they were saying actually it's not Melo. So right now that's all up in the air of whether or not that's true or where things are with that. I think that the best way to be able to tell is with this Big Baller brand camp and looking at the dates to when all of those things will be over, because I think that stops at the beginning of August, and then looking at when those leagues will start, and then you'll see, you know what I mean, what that looks like from there. But I do not believe at this moment it's been confirmed by anybody that LaMelo is going to play in New Zealand for this upcoming year. On the show, Melo Talking G League. On the show, but the thing is, the show is taped so long ago. Like, this is the thing. It's taped like a month or two out, and then, but it's actually the turnover from talking with them. The turnover from their show to like other reality TV shows is still fast as hell. So they are like so you can get information from the show, but it's tough to really like trust the show as a source. And then also because it's also reality TV show, right? Reality TV. So while it is, they have information, the number one purpose of that is to be entertaining. So when things happen on that show, they may or may not have happened in actual sequential order of real life, and then they also just may not have happened at all. Could just be entertainment. So you'll see. But I think I wouldn't be, I would like him to, either way, man, going overseas for a little bit, another year, and playing ball over there would be dope. But then also going to the G League and staying here would be dope as well. I think to me, man, the G League is it's not as like appealing as going overseas, because when you talk about it being more than just basketball and getting a check from the NBA, like the G League at this point does not do much for your like personal brand. Like it helps you get stock to be on an NBA team, but a guy like Lamelo don't necessarily need that. He would have to go to the G, in order to like go to the G League and then better his like potential. He'd have to go there and kill. So I guess that's the thing. If he wanted to keep his stock where it was at, he could go overseas and come back and be just as highly touted as he was when he left. If he went to the G League, he would have to move up or down. So he could be in the G League and he play excellent basketball, win the G League MVP, and they be like, you know what, man, he might be a first round pick next year. I mean, not a first round pick, because I feel like that's obvious, but he might be a lottery pick. He might be top 10. He might go number 1. He just dominated the G League. What is he going to do in the NBA? I feel like that's the ticket with that. But also, if he go over there and then don't hoop, or struggle a little bit, have an ankle injury, sit out, and they try to like play him with whatever narrative they want to create, then it's going to affect him in a negative way. But kind of the beauty of playing internationally, and we've seen this with when they did JBA USA and people tried to knock him and not give him as credit as he probably would have deserved, is that they just act like we didn't see you play. You know what I'm saying? We got the scouts. Scouts didn't even notice what you was doing, man. So he could go over there and shit a couple bricks and still come back, and then just blame it on, like, you know, I couldn't understand what they was talking about, man. The plays, they wrote them up in Chinese and these other languages. The accents was too thick. So, you know, we didn't get along as the way it could have. So what's up with Melo, man? We just talked about the Melo situation, and basically just a quick recap is nobody knows at this point what's up with your boy Melo. It has not 100% been released yet. I got some messages out to some of my sources, you know what I'm saying, but we still waiting on that information. All right, let me go down here. Let's see what else we got. Also, man, I did get some updated information on these Bbb camps, and from what I'm hearing, it's supposed to be lit. It's supposed to be litty again. It's litty again. From what I'm hearing, all of the camps are selling well. There are more open spots still in Belgium. So if you in the area, Belgium, the Netherlands, all of that stuff, man, go ahead and jump on there and get your tickets. They might even be doing discounts. If you interested in getting a ticket, let me know, and I might could get you some, you know what I'm saying, like a 30% off into one of these camps if you're interested in going. But you know what I'm saying, that's only for the folks who follow the channel. And hit me on Instagram, man. Let me say that, because I gotta get in my YouTuber bag a little bit more, man. If y'all rocking with me right now, man, make sure you hit the like button, the comment down below, and then also subscribe, turn your notifications on, follow your boy over there on Instagram, because I'll be rolling out some content. I got a cache of behind the scenes footage from USA tour, from like the JBA season 1, the international tour, and all of that stuff, that every now and again I roll that out over there on Instagram. So check in that way. All right, so JBA is over. I'm not. It's tough to say because also with the BBB camp thing is that one of the benefits to going is that you have an opportunity to join this JBA world team, you know what I'm saying, which is supposed to be like the equivalent of the JBA USA squad, but with players from all over the world playing teams from all over the world. So that's the incentive to go to those camps and try to make that squad. But so in some capacity the JBA will live on, but I don't know if it's going to be a season thing. There's some stuff and rumors happening that maybe a season will come back in like 2020, but right now that's all rumors. What do I think is the best move for Jello in my opinion? I think opposite of Lamelo, the G League is a great opportunity for Jello. With Lamelo, it's a toss-up. Like, it's depending on what you want to do. You don't have to go do that. To me, Jello getting on the G League team would be like the best-case scenario for him right now, because then you're just literally one step out of the NBA. He could go overseas, but then like a lot of, like we've been saying, one of the big excuses, if you in the wrong country, you're not playing in the right times, then like they'll hit you with the we didn't see you play, you know what I'm saying? Or you go over there and a lot of folks here in the United States don't understand the way the game works, so you go over there and drop 40 and they'll be like, but you was playing in the number 4 league in the world in Lithuania, and you know what I mean? So if he can get to the G League and ball, it would establish himself as a real professional player in this country, and then he could just hopefully make the jump to the NBA. Lamelo, he already is going to the NBA after 1 year regardless of what happens, so it's not important for him to go to the G League at this moment. He's not pay the players just this year and help Melo stock, not put it at risk by playing overseas. At least not pay the player. See, but that's the thing, is you can't have the JBA and not play the players, because then you just have college basketball, and there's no point in having an alternative platform that does the exact same thing. But I don't know. I guess it would be dope, because then the barrier to entry would be different, because it wouldn't be about your GPA. It'd really be about can you hoop or not. And so that would be something to think about, I guess. But you want to see these players get some money and be able to feed their families and do cool stuff like that. That's kind of the sucky thing when you hear these horror stories about players in the NCAA. You hear these guys who play in these amazing facilities, live on these campuses, have the cafeteria here, but then once the cafeteria closed, don't have no money to go eat no food. They got people back home who they can't send money to. That was the cool thing about the JBA, man. I've seen so many kids in these different cities at Walmart getting their checks cashed and just money grabbing that thing back to the house for family members and stuff like that. So it's dope. I wish it could have lasted a bit longer, but we'll see. All right, D-Boy get money. Say what? AB, what it do? What's up, my guy? All right, let me see, man. I got. Let me check real quick, man. I got something else I wanted to talk about with y'all. Yeah. Okay. Also, man, I got this video coming shortly, man. I did the video about your boy Jordan Ray and that whole situation with them. I did a live stream about it, but it was all kind of laggy and didn't happen right. So I ended up unlisting it, and then I recorded a better version of that, so be expecting that to come out maybe tomorrow or something, and then give me your thoughts on that. Then we'll do another live stream where we'll talk about that stuff. But it's your main man, AB the Hero, man. I'm about to get out of here. It's Happy Memorial Day, man. We finna go party. We finna go play these spades. And also, man, I want to ask y'all a question, man. How many of y'all on here know how to play spades? And if you're going to play cards, man, what style of cards do you be playing with? You know what I'm saying? Do it matter? Because my girlfriend came home today with these classics, you know what I'm saying? And my originally I was like, you know what I'm saying, I'm used to them bicycles, but you know what I'm saying, we're going to play these classics. So it's all good. But any last questions, man, before we hop off here, let me know. And then also, man, let me know if you in that playoff bracket challenge thing and you want to, what would be a good reward for whoever wins that. All right. If Melo was eligible for college, which program would you see him going to? If he was eligible for college, that's difficult. I feel like if he was eligible, I would see him doing some, and then coming out of Spire, I would see him maybe over in Michigan State or somewhere. Your boy Rocky Watts is going up there. With them being over in Ohio for a while, from what I hear, they got a lot of ties to people and guys who play strong basketball in this area over here in like the Midwest, East Coast area. So somewhere over there would be dope. Somewhere even down in like Kentucky. They had them, the Tanger outlet things. So they got a lot of resources out in this part of the country. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was happening. I also would not be surprised if you seen them come back from wherever overseas and start to settle down some strongholds in the Midwest and all of this stuff, and really have two bases of operation. Three. One internationally out of Lithuania, one over in the Midwest, and then one on the West Coast. I would not be surprised if you've seen that. A Spanish league, I'm not sure, man, about that. That hasn't been like super reported at the moment. But let me check something real fast. Let me check something real quick. No, nothing bad. I was trying to see if I got some footage for y'all live on my sources. Like, yo, let me tell them right now. But nothing. But all right, y'all. I got to get up out of here, man. I'm finna go to this barbecue, Brothers Barbecue. Barbecue tastes so good it make you want to slap your mama. But it's your main man, Bbb the Hero, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I appreciate y'all who hit that super chat as well. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It always helps. And let me know what y'all think, man. Is this the setup? Should we go with this look? You know what I'm saying? For in the future. But it's your man, Bbb the Hero. I'm out. Peace.